Good morning, everyone. Um, for our practice today, if you have at least one or if you have two yoga blocks, that'll be really helpful. We are diving into a practice that we're going to explore a lot of like energetic expansion, so like big reaching, and this will incorporate some twisting and then some extension through like the hamstring and IT band space. And so if you have blocks available, putting one or two blocks at the front of your yoga mat will be helpful. And then to go along with this like energetic extension that we're going to be exploring, thinking about the movements and the shapes that we explore on the mat this morning as this opportunity to like embody the sense of being really strong and integrated from the core, the center, and from that supported, strong, active space, reaching into new room. And this can be thought of like once we have taken care of like building a steady, strong foundation for ourselves, like we've taken care of our basic needs in terms of nourishing our bodies, hydrating, rest. From that space, we have more bolstering to actually go into new territory. And I think oftentimes when we are trying to stretch into new spaces and there feels like a blockage or resistance, I think the first place to check in with is like, am I taking care of myself and my basic needs? Yeah. And I think oftentimes we'll compromise those most basic components due to a pressure to like move forward, progress, advance. But then that space that we are going into, that new space, doesn't have that foundation. So oftentimes it's not sustainable. Yeah. Or we get into that space and it's too far outside of the comfort zone because we haven't created that strength along the way. So when we are moving through, I want to just show you one of the movements we're going to take so you can have an idea of what I'm talking about. This is very like Michelle-esque. But when we're like in a lunge, we're gonna go from this like big reach forward. I'm really actively pushing down through my feet. I'll take a big breath in. And as I exhale, I'm gonna do like a big backstroke with my arms. So I'm twisting and reaching and driving length through my legs. Right? So I can just move my limbs. Or I can think about like pushing into the earth, using that push to create as much reach, my full range of motion as I can. So it's this really active movement. And that'll change the quality of the movement as long as we're moving with that integrity of energy. So I'll cue with one yoga block just in case you only have one. But like I just showed, if you have two, you'll be framing your front foot with them. But I'll cue it with one in case you only have one. Anyhow, let's start in our Shavasana shape, laying on the back body. Let's take a moment just to build the foundation of breath. Yeah. So allow yourself to find a comfortable shape across the earth. Take a moment to adjust to that support. Allow your bones to get heavy. It's dropping into your yoga mat, into the earth. Feeling that sense of arrival to your practice this morning. As you release into the earth, as you feel your body sink and settle, and take an expansive inhale through your nose, filling up in every direction. Breathe into your front body, your back body, and your side body, from crown to tailbone to toes to fingertips. And then when you're ready, open mouth, exhale, let it all go. And taking 2 more cycles just like that. A deep, expansive, wide breath in, filling all the way to the top. Take a moment in that fullness. And then open mouth, exhale to release. One more cycle, feel the expansiveness of your breath in, filling your body with energy from your inhale. And then open mouth, exhale, clear the breath out. At the bottom of the breath out empty, feel a little bit of contraction, that connection to your strong center. As you shift into your Ujjayi pranayama, strong inhale through your nose. You find that same degree of fullness. And through your nose, a really strong and intentional exhale. Finding that slight constriction at the back of your throat so you can really hear and feel your exhale, your out-breath. Take a few more rounds where you're just focused on your fullest inhale and your most complete exhale. Maybe you can feel like the energetic rebound as you breathe in with your body resting on the earth. There's this sense of buoyancy moving from that supported space. And then as you breathe out, you're sinking, settling, and trusting into that support beneath you as your exhale empties. Maybe bones getting a little heavier as you release any unnecessary tension from head, neck, shoulders, jaw. And then continue with your Ujjayi pranayama. And whenever your next inhale travels through your body, start to explore a full body stretch. Reach your arms up and overhead, lengthen through your feet. Maybe some circles, your ankles, your wrists. And as you're ready, start to bring your knees into your chest, pull your thighs in close. Good. From here, we're going to keep our knees bent. I'll start by just placing both feet to the earth. And then we'll reach our right leg to the sky. And we're going to start with a really gentle hamstring stretch. So any degree of bend through your right knee, your hands will catch the back of your right leg. And just gently draw your right leg towards your body. Maybe point, flag, circle through your right ankle. Allow your collarbones to melt wide across your chest. And then as you take a big breath in, press your right heel to the sky. As you exhale, think about kind of rooting your right thigh bone, your femur bone down into the earth. And from the rooting of your right hip, your right thigh bone down into the ground, can you reach a little stronger through your right heel? Big breath in. And take your hands behind your head, elbows wide. And as you exhale, draw your front ribs down, navel to spine. We're going to send our right leg down to either like a 45-degree angle or to a hover. It doesn't matter how low you go, but you want to ensure that your low back is actively rooted to the earth. Right leg is going to stay in position. It's going to stay right there, whatever height you've chose to lower it to. And then take a nice big breath in. On your exhale, you're going to bend your left knee, your other knee towards your body, and then find a gentle twist using your core to rotate right elbow towards your left thigh. Left knee stays bent. As you inhale, just tap your left foot back to the earth nice and slow. Open your heart to the ceiling. Right leg is still extended. You're still reaching through your right heel. And then same thing, left knee is bent. You're going to exhale to bend your left knee to your body. Find a gentle twist. Right shoulder towards left thigh. Good. One more time like this. Inhale, tap your left foot down, open your heart. Exhale, use your core to lift your left knee and twist. And take one breath here, holding the twist. And then as you exhale, keep your legs in this position that your head and shoulders drop back and lower your right leg so you're in wind removing pose. Hands will catch the front of your left shin. Gather your left thigh into your body, take a breath. On your exhale, supine twist, pass your left knee over to the right. Drop into your twist. You can either continue to actively reach to your right leg or maybe soften your right knee. Send a big breath into the back of your body, down the length of your spine, down your left side body. And as that exhale empties out, maybe you feel yourself drop a little bit deeper into the rinse and rotation. As you start to come back to center, you're going to send your left leg up to the sky, hamstring stretch second side, bending your right knee, bridge your right foot to the earth. Again, any degree of bend through your left knee as your hands wrap around your left leg and start to bring your leg towards your body. Especially since it's like in the morning, it might feel a little stickier than usual. Take a moment to point, flex, and circle through your ankle. And you're just finding that kind of first point of resistance, that first point of stretch through your left leg. As you take one more round of breath here. As you exhale, begin to find that strong push through your left heel. Again, you can still have a bent knee, but left heel's reaching. Can you plug your left thigh bone down into the earth? Okay, take your hands behind your head, start to ignite your core, and then find the point that you'd like to lower your left leg to. So again, this can be at a strong 45. This could be at a hover. It's about core connection. So find that sweet spot where you can keep your front ribs drawn in. You can feel your navel to spine connection, rooting your low back to the earth, and then keeping your left leg as is, big breath in. Right knee stays bent, and as you exhale, bend your right knee to your body, lifting head and shoulders. Find just a gentle twist. It doesn't have to be much. As you inhale, keeping your right knee bent, just tap your right foot to the earth and open your heart to the sky. Check that your low back is still actively pressed down. Same thing, exhale, right knee lifts. Head and shoulders lift, and you take a little twist. And then inhale, right foot taps, open your heart. And one more time, exhale, pull your right knee to your body. Lift your head and shoulders, find that twist. And then keeping left leg long, right knee bent. As your head and shoulders drop down, left leg lowers to the earth. Wind removing pose. Hands will catch your right shin bone and draw your right thigh to your torso. Breathe down into your belly. And exhale to your supine twist. Take a nice deep breath here. Just like before, feel your exhales, that invitation to drop into your twist, to rinse and rotate a little bit more. Notice where you can soften as you take one more breath. And feel how your exhale again helps you to rinse and rotate in your twist. This next time that we come back to center, we're going to bring both knees to the chest. Take a little rock from side to side. And start to find your way up to your tabletop pose. So maybe a few rocks along the length of your spine. Just rising up however you'd like to get there. Bring your shoulders over your wrists and your hips above your knees. And then find strong roots through your hands. Fingers nice and wide. Also think about kicking your legs down into the earth. So whether your toes are tucked or untucked, can you feel the strength of your legs kicking your shin bones or your toes down into the ground? So both upper body and lower body are active. And then from that space, we'll inhale to a cow pose. Use your breath to lift your heart and tailbone. Actively think about dragging the earth towards your knees. As you exhale, Push the earth down and away from you to tuck and curl to your cat spine. Keep your shoulders drawn out of your ears, but find that active chin to chest and tailbone to the earth action. And we'll just go one more time. Inhaling to cow pose. We're going to pause in the cow pose. And keeping this really active cow shape, shift a little bit forwards and backwards. So you're still pulling the earth towards you. You find that little shift forwards and backwards. Take another deep breath in. As you exhale, push down and away, finding your cat pose, maintaining space between shoulders and ears. And the same thing, really active cat pose, shift forwards and backwards. Kicking down through your legs, rooting through your hams. Yeah, from here, neutral spine. Hips will stay stacked over your knees. Puppy pose, Anahatasana. Walk your hands out in front of you, and then dive your forehead or your chest to the earth. So hips are high, heart is low. Send a breath into the back of your heart space, that space between your shoulder blades. And then feel your exhale melt your heart a little bit closer to your yoga mat. Now we're going to slither forward to our Sphinx pose. So bend your elbows until your elbows land. Slide your heart forward. As you lower your hips to the earth, you'll probably need to kind of walk your elbows a little bit further forward, so adjust as needed. Root super strong down to the entire length of your forearms, from fingertips through palms to elbows. And you begin to press your hips down into the earth, strong glutes, strong legs, anchoring the tops of your feet. And from this rooting down, can you feel the energy kind of reverberate through your body so your crown grows a little taller? As you pull your navel to your spine, can you hug your elbows towards your hip bones? Imagine you're going to press your palms through the floorboards. Take one more breath in. And then exhaling to a belly down Shavasana. Elbows go wide. Rest your forehead down. Option to bend your knees into a little windshield wiper moment if you want. We'll send our legs long again. Slide your hands back to frame your rib cage. Use an inhale and a shoulder shrug to draw your heart up into low cobra. Hug your elbows back and towards each other like you're squeezing a block between your elbows behind your heart. And with an exhale, forehead to the earth. Elbows stay hugged in beside your body. Press to a child's pose, shifting your hips to your heels. And just take a breath to lengthen through your spine. Hips dropping heavy to your heels. Okay, from your child's pose, we're going to shift forward into a high plank. So as you slide your shoulders forward over your wrists, step your feet back into your high plank position. Take a moment to light everything up. Big breath in. And exhale, downward facing dog. As you root into your hands, so that rooted energy, travel up along your spine and feel your hip creases pulling back in space. Take a slow pedal, so let's bend through our right knee, press your left heel to the earth, pause there for a full moment, and then switching, bend your left knee, reach your right heel to the earth. Then inhale, bend both your knees. And your exhales, you press your hip creases back again. Find any degree of length through your legs. While you feel your hip creases pulling up and back, can you also reach the crown of your head towards your fingertips, getting as long as you can through your spine. With an inhale, reach your right leg to the sky, three-legged dog. Now as you exhale, bend your knee and open your hip. Think about pressing your hips to the right side of the room as you reach your right toes to the left side of the room. And then for today, maybe allow yourself to kind of twist and look underneath your right armpit for a moment. That left shoulder can drop a little bit. Take a breath in. And exhale, slowly step your right foot forward in between your hands. low lunge. Okay, grabbing onto your yoga block. If you only have one, it's going to go underneath your left shoulder. If you have two, like I kind of mentioned earlier, you'll frame your right foot. If you only have one, I like to place right hand to right hip. Okay, engaging your legs, really active cow lunge, strong glutes, bend your left knee to a hover. Think up dog through your chest, deep breath in. As you exhale, you're going to lengthen through your legs, finding your hamstring stretch. Now this first hamstring moment, we want to make sure our feet are where we want them to be. So adjusting the distance of your feet, okay, any amount. Let's have our back heel high, and then check that all 10 toes are facing the front of your yoga mat, so hips are square. Okay. Moving into our little flow, find a little half lift through your heart. Now keep that reaching forward energy through your sternum, hip creases gently drawing back, and bend into your right knee. Drive your right foot through the earth. Reach your right hand out in front of you. Take a nice big breath in. Feel the reach from your right fingertips all the way to your left heel. On your exhale, slowly start to push your feet into the earth and take a big backstroke with your right hand. Make sure your left leg is strong too. So you drive your feet through the floorboards, reaching as far as you can through your right fingertips to the back of your yoga mat. Now to complete the circle, we're going to let our right hand sweep down towards the earth and forward. Bend your right knee. Take a big breath in. Okay, same thing. Exhale. Press into your feet so strong. Reach, lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Lengthen. Use your left hand on your block to twist your heart open. Maybe you look to the sky as you swim your right hand back. And then one more time. Inhale, bend, and sweep your right hand forward. Exhale, pushing through your feet, reach through your right hand, twist your heart open. Think about pressing your heart away from your right thigh bone and reach back. And we're going to bend and reach forward one last time. Big breath in. On your exhale, right hand will go to either your yoga block or your right hip, leaning into your right foot. Step forward to a forward fold, left foot to the front. Bend through your knees and then let your arms rest to the earth. You can move your blocks wide out of the way. Take a moment here, maybe a little pedal through the feet, maybe sway from side to side. And then think about driving your feet down into the earth to find an upward energy through your sitting bones. Keep driving your feet down and inhale to your halfway lift. As you lift halfway, can you lean forward a little bit, but continue to press your sitting bones backwards. Shoulders that have ears, crown of the head actively extends. Take one more big breath. And exhale, melt down, forward fold. With softness in your knees, head and arms heavy, begin to roll up to standing. To let your arms dingle really heavy, feeling that stretch at the back of your heart between your shoulder blades as you rise up. Whenever you get to the top, take a big elbow circle into goddess arms. Pausing in your goddess arms, take a nice big breath. And then as you exhale, hands go behind your head, or fingertips behind your head rather. Soften your knees a little extra. And then imagine your shoulder blades like a platter to lift your heart up to the ceiling just slightly. Let your head rest into your fingertips for a moment, elbows pressing wide. Whenever you're ready, with a big breath in, rise tall, reach tall. On your exhale, you're going to interlace your fingertips over your head and then flip your palms to the sky. Press the heels of your hands away as you press your heels into the earth, breath in. And then bending your knees, think cat spine. So you're going to round through your upper back, drive the upper back to the back of the room, push the heels of your hands really actively in the opposite direction, tuck your tailbone. You can press the heels of your hands more towards your knees or just out in front of you. Find that sweet spot You're creating a big stretch between your shoulder blades. And then inhale to rise back up. And exhale, chair pose, airplane arms. Sink and sweep your arms back. Find openness across your chest. Engagement at the back of your heart. And maybe engage your triceps from that little squeeze to the midline with your pinky fingers. Feel your left foot root into the earth. And from the rooting of your left foot, big breath in, rise with your right leg. One-legged mountain, stretch your fingertips up. And then with the breath out, allow your hands to gather at heart center. With an inhale, heart to thumbs, pelvic floor turns on, crown of the head lifts. Option to stay right here, or take a nice big breath in. Maybe gaze stays focused forward. On your exhale, twist your upper body to the right. Draw your navel back to your spine. Once you find your twist, option to spread your wings. Maybe inhale your left hand forward and your right hand backwards just for a moment. Upper arm bones are plugged into the torso, but you're actively stretching through your fingertips. Check in your breath. You can also use your right hand at your sacrum to square your right hip forward. So notice if your hips are trying to twist with you. Hips stay square, heart rotates around. Okay, from here, we're going to unwind to face forward, hands to heart center. Stepping back into a high crescent, take your time. You could pause in your airplane pose if you're feeling pretty steady. But just as you're ready, big stretch back of your right tippy toes. High crescent lunge, breath in. Take a second to adjust your feet to hips distance for stability. Checking that your back heel is high, back leg is strong. And that all 10 toes are facing forward, okay? Really press your left foot into the earth. Take a breath in, and we're gonna find a little flow here. As you exhale, begin to airplane your upper body. As you tip your chest forward and sweep your arms beside you, can you press length through both of your legs? You're gonna lengthen out your left leg. It doesn't have to be straight. Make sure we're not in hyperextension. It's gonna be a little wobbly, right heel's high. And as you inhale, high crescent lunge, rebend your left knee, big sweep forward and up with your breath. Good. Same thing. Exhale, airplane your upper body, press length through both your legs. Tip your chest forward any amount. And then one more time, inhale, high crescent, bend and open up to the ceiling. Exhale, airplane upper body as you dive your heart forward. Lengthen both your legs. Okay, from here, really hug muscle to bones of your legs. Just for one moment, reaching crescent, keeping the hinge through your upper body. Bend into your left knee, reach your hands overhead. Big breath in, pull into your low belly. Exhale, hands to the earth, making sure your blocks are out of the way. Step back into a high plank with feet hips distance apart. And then keeping your feet hips distance, turn to your left side plank. Reach your left hand to the sky. So your left foot will be in front of your right. Sole of your left foot is grounded. You're on the pinky edge of your right foot. You could always lower right knee to the earth. Take a big breath in. Hips stay lifted, high plank. So lace your left hand overhead. And then with control, rotate into your high plank position. With an inhale, shift forward. Knees up or down, chaturanga or downward facing dog. So a slow, controlled lower, halfway or all the way. Inhale to up dog or cobra. Really give that up dog or cobra its moment. Strong legs, big reach to the crown. And then downward facing dog, hips go up and back. Take a breath through your nose. And then open mouth, exhale, let it go. I will inhale, left leg to the sky, three-legged. As you exhale to bend your knee and open your hip, think about pressing your right hip to the left as you reach your left toes to the right. Big breath in, maybe kind of twist your heart to the left just slightly. And then exhale, step your left foot forward to the top. Block will go underneath your right shoulder. Or again, maybe you're framing your left foot if you are working with 2 blocks. And take a second here. Super strong through both legs. So it's easy to forget about the back leg when we're in any sort of lunge or something. So can we not just drive down through our strong left foot, but can we power on our right quad as well? Good. From there, cow lunge, maybe left hands at your left hip. Strong through both glutes, strong through both legs. As you sink your hips to the earth, big openness through your chest. Find an inhale. And your exhale, hamstring stretch. This is also good to get the spacing for where we're headed. So notice, do you like where your feet are? Would you rather have a shorter or a longer stance? Okay. And from here, can you already practice this driving down and away the 4 corners of your left foot while plugging left thigh bone into your pelvis? Engage your right leg again. You can take your left hand to your sacrum to find squareness in the pelvis. So oftentimes the right hip actually has to lift up and then go forward. But that depends, right? That depends on the body. So notice what's happening through your hips. Can you push the block away? Think up, lift energy through your heart. Okay, to find our flow, we're going to bend into our left knee. Big reach of your left hand forward. Feel your hip creases drawing back. On your exhale, pressing your feet so strong into the earth. Take a big, big circle seek. How far can you reach to your left fingertips? As you rotate your heart open and swim your left hand to the back of the room. Sternum rotating to the sky, drive through your right hand. To complete the circle, we're going to sweep our left hand down to the earth and forward, bend into your left knee, gather and inhale into your body. Same thing, exhale, actively push the earth away. Use the push of your feet to stretch taller through your left hand, twist open and back. And then one more time, bending your left knee, sweep your left hand down and forward, deep breath. Last time here, exhale, extend, twist open, really use your right hand to facilitate this twist. And then bend and reach forward, big breath in. Exhaling left hand to your yoga block or to your left hip. Strong through your center as you step forward, forward fold. Right foot to meet your left. You can move the blocks out of the way. Take a second to evenly distribute your weight between your feet. Maybe find a little bend and extend through the legs, a little sway side to side. And driving your feet down into the ground. Feel how that creates upward energy through your sitting bones. Keep that energy traveling through your lower body as you inhale to your halfway lift. How long can you get from crown to sitting bones? On your exhale, melt forward, bending your knees to your forward fold. So just like before, we're going to slowly roll to standing. Think about drawing your front ribs in. And let your shoulder blades stay nice and wide as you roll up. So arms are really heavy, chin to chest. Whenever you find yourself at the top, take that big elbow circle into goddess arms. In your goddess arms for a breath. Good. From goddess arms, fingertips behind your head. Bend your knees and kind of like melt into this emphasized S curve of your spine. And I feel like this is a very Michelle inspired flow. Elbows wide. And you let the weight of your head rest into your fingertips to deepen that stretch across your chest. As you're ready to breathe in and rise up, hands go overhead. Interlace your fingers over your crown and flip the palms of your hands, the heels of your hands up to the ceiling. For a moment here, as we press heels of the hands up, heels of our feet down, can we lengthen our tailbone towards our heels and draw our thigh bones back in space to see how that feels? Take a breath. On exhale, you're going to bend your knees. Find that big cat spine. Really push the heels of your hands forward. Press the back of your heart back. Spreading your shoulder blades super wide at the back of your heart. Good. Whenever you're ready, inhale, hands go up. And exhale, chair pose, airplane arms. Feel that active, energetic reach from your crown to your sitting bones. Can you use your glute strength to drive your heels into the earth, knees and shin bones moving back in space? Take a breath. As you shift into your strong right foot, use your exhale just to drive that right foot into the earth. See how much you can light up this right side of your lower body. Breathing in, stand tall with your left leg, rise and reach up. And exhale it, hands arrive to heart center. Maybe use your next breath in to lift your heart to your thumbs to feel your pelvic floor ignite. And on your breath out, twisting your upper body to the left. Gaze can stay focused forward, or you can start to rotate your gaze for a little more balanced challenge. Invitation to spread your wings, or to bring left hand to sacrum. Using that to help anchor your hips at square. And you can also use your left hand as a little bit of leverage to deepen the twist through your torso. Take one more moment here. Feel the power of your right glute. When you're ready to unwind to center, take an inhale, hands to heart. Exhaling towards our high crescent lunge, going as slow and controlled as you can. Maybe breathe and expand into your airplane for a moment. And then once you reach back into your high crescent, again, think about pressing your hips back as you reach your left tippy toes down. So you arrive in that really long crescent lunge shape. If you land both feet to the earth and they're not where you want them to be, adjust, make sure your feet are hips distance. Make sure you have enough room. While keeping your core drawn in, can you find this like big upward energy through your left thigh bone? While pressing your hips energetically forward. So we're getting maybe a stretch of the hip flexor while maintaining length of the low back. You might need to bend your back knee to do so, but still think about the whole pelvis moving kind of forward in space. See how that feels. Finding your flow, take a breath in, heart tilts to the ceiling. On exhale, as you dive your chest forward and airplane your arms, big energy pressing through your feet. Strong through both legs, hug muscle to bone. You go twice more, inhale, high crescent. Bend into your front knee, reaching hands and heart to the sky. Exhale, push the earth away as you dive your heart forward, squeeze through your inner thighs. Embrace the wobbles. One more time, inhale, bend, high crescent lunge. Exhale, dive your chest forward. Feel your hips drawing back. Maybe there's that micro bend through your right knee, but you're driving your feet into the earth. And then just for a moment, reaching crescent, keep the hinge, bend into your right knee, send your hands overhead. Low belly is active. High plank, feet hips distance apart. So moving the blocks out of the way if you need to. Right foot meets your left. Kind of. Feet hips distance. Okay, we're turning to the right this time. So as you rotate your toes to the right, you're on the sole of your right foot, pinky edge of your left foot. Lift your right hand to the sky. Micro bend through your left elbow, hips draw up. Option for left knee to be on the earth. Can you keep your hips elevated as you swim your right hand overhead? Big breath in. High plank through center, slow and strong as you exhale out. Okay, from your plank, inhale shifts you forward. Exhale, maybe chaturanga. Think about pulling elbows back as you stretch the crown of your head forward. Up dog or cobra. Give it its full moment. Breath in. Downward facing dog. And a child's pose as you breathe out. And take a moment in your child's pose. Two slow breaths. Keeping your knees wide, keep your hips heavy to your heels. Just gonna roll up so you're sitting on your shin bones, the back of your yoga mat. Both hands go to the sky as you breathe in. On your exhale, swim your right hand back, preparing for your baby camel. Engage your belly, kick your shin bones down. As you scoop your tailbone forward, you'll lift your hips up. Twisting your heart to the right a little bit, big reach to your left fingertips. Take a moment, and then sink your hips down. Inhale, right hand to the sky to meet your left. And we'll switch sides. Exhale to swim your left hand back for baby camel. Engaging your belly. Tuck your tailbone forward as you kick your shin bones down. Lift your hips. Twisting your heart to the left. Reach through your right fingertips. Big breath in for that stretch through your hip flexors. And exhale down. And from here, we're going to shift forward into our high plank position. We have one last little situation. Again, make sure your feet are hips distance apart. We're going to rotate our toes to the right. You're just here. So from the stagger footed side plank, right hand reaches high. You can do this next piece with your left knee on the ground, so left knee from the ground, and your supported side plank. Either way, get really firm with your right foot. Take a breath in. Try to keep your chest open. On exhale, can you use your core to pull your left knee forward to your heart? Think about lifting your thigh to your chest rather than turning your heart down to your thigh. Maybe right elbow taps towards your left thigh for a moment. And then high plank through center, feet hips distance apart. Take a big breath in. Turning to the opposite side, all 10 toes turn to the left. Again, right knee can always find the earth. Feel your heart open. Can you keep your heart open? Breath in. Stamp strong through your left foot and pull your right thigh up to your chest. Maybe left elbow taps your right thigh. Squeeze through your right side core. High plank through center. Take an inhale. Good. Down dog is your exhale. From your downward facing dog, walk your feet forward to the top of your yoga mat. Uttanasana, forward fold. Softening through your knees, let your head be heavy. And then inhale to lift up halfway. On your exhale, bend your knees and have a seat. Okay. Before we lower to the back body, we're going to do a seated butterfly, Baddha Konasana. So soles of the feet come together, knees open wide. You can choose how close or far your feet are from your pelvis, and you can always change that as we go. Just going to find a spot that feels like a good initial opening, a good starting point. I like to use my hands to hold on to my ankles. We're going to inhale, get super tall and proud through your chest, draw your shoulder blades together. Feel your pubic bone tipping forward, so you're spilling the bowl of your pelvis forward. Tailbone is going back and up. And then as you exhale, use your upper body strength to pull your heart forward a little bit. Avoid using your elbows to press your knees open. So you want to not force the knees open. Just think about using this forward pull. You can keep that forward pull, or you can reach your hands out in front of you. Let your upper body start to melt over time. And let's come back to really focused breath. Taking a slow inhale through your nose. And then through your nose, a really slow and steady breath out. 2 more breaths here. Option to stay at center. If you want to take a breath to each side for a side bend, let's walk our hands over to the right. Doesn't matter how far they go. Take a breath into your left side. And breath out. And just inhale, walk it through center. And exhale to the left. So thinking of this as like a counterbalance. So what you're doing in our twisting and keeping your hips really square today. Big breath here. And breath out. We'll inhale through center. And just slowly start to push the earth away as you rise up. Good. Helping your knees together. Actually, let's keep knees bent, place your feet to the earth, and then just kind of round over your shin bones. Let your forearms rest on your shin bones. Chin to chest, rounding down. Head as heavy as you take a breath. Good. From here, I'll sit up tall, anchoring your heels into the earth. Reach through your fingertips to the sky. Take a breath in. When you're ready to descend, let your exhale start to slowly lower your body back to the earth. Taking your time to find your personal challenge along the way. So going at the pace that challenges your center strength, your core. Once you arrive to the earth, breathe into a full body stretch for a moment. And then gather your knees to your chest. It's figure 4, right ankle on left thigh. You can either land your left foot to the earth or use your hands to bring your figure 4 to your chest. Windshield wiper, tick-tock from side to side for a breath. And then start to breathe open through a happy baby of your choosing. So hands can go to knees, ankles, or feet. Think about pulling down with your hands as you kick up with the power of your legs. And see how that anchors your back body to the earth, to the back of your skull, your shoulder blades, low back and pelvis rooting into the mat as you breathe in. Then exhale, figure 4, second side left ankle on your right thigh. And decide if you want your right foot to be floating or if you'd like to root your right foot down to the ground. And maybe start to incorporate a little bit of movement from side to side. Okay, from here, we're going to be moving into wind removing pose. And so you're going to start to unravel your left leg forward and down to the earth. So left leg lengthens and lowers to your yoga mat. Right knee drawn to your right shoulder. Take a breath here. Exhaling to your supine twist, right knee passes across you. Now you have the option for this side to bend your left heel towards your booty. You might have to lift your head and shoulders to create connection, but maybe your right hand reaches down to catch your left foot, and then you rest your heart open so you find that big quad stretch, the front of your left hip and down through your left thigh. And as you find that quad stretch, or if you're just in your twist, that initial place that we began, that supine twist, can you send your breath to where you feel the most stickiness? And as you breathe out, visualize that area of your body melting, the tension unraveling, unwinding, letting go. And from here, release your left leg long if you have it bent. And allow yourself to roll open into a supine tree. So right, you're just going to butterfly open to the right for a moment. Just letting the right leg land where it lands in that kind of bent knee position. So your right foot doesn't have to be in contact with your left leg. Just finding like a butterfly through the right side. Shavasana through the left. Take a breath. And noticing if a little bit more ease is available to you here. Can you let your bones get a little heavier? Maybe your next exhale, you feel that sense of letting go into the earth. We're going to take those 2 or so shapes on second side. So to transition, we'll move through a full body stretch. Slide your right leg long, reaching hands overhead. Gather a breath in. And then as you exhale, pull your left knee into your body. Wind removing pose, second side. Take a breath here. And then your exhale, your out breath will guide you into your supine twist. Left knee following across you to the right. Again, option to stay right here. If you want to incorporate the quad stretch, you start to bend your right heel to your seat. You'll lift your head and shoulders so your left hand can catch your right foot. Once you have that hand to foot connection, head and shoulders can drop back down. And as you find the opening at your chest, feel your limbs sinking down into the support of your mat. And find a few cycles of steady breath. Now, there's no rush, so if this quad stretch is feeling really beneficial, maybe you stay. Otherwise, start to release your right leg long. If you have it bent, and then unwind. Just let your left knee fall open to the left into your supine tree. Your arms can land anywhere. About 3 cycles of slow breath here. Just noticing what you notice in terms of the sensations that are present in your body, the quality of your breath, maybe attuning to any sounds around you, the temperature of the air on your skin. You feel the points of contact between your body and the earth. And then from here, we'll start to eventually find one more full body stretch. As you inhale, we are moving towards our Shavasana. So if there's a final shape or movement you want to add in, you could add in anything along the way, maybe a moment of knees to chest. If you wanted to send your legs up to the sky, or even check in with a plow pose, a shoulder stand, fish, butterfly. Take a few cycles of breath to take anything else that you need, and then to eventually arrive yourself into your final relaxation. to your Shavasana for today. Letting the earth rise up to hold your body. And as you allow your body to be held, letting any lingering tension ease away from your muscles. Any lingering tension ease from your mind. So you can rest just in a pool of being, like a puddle of awareness. Simply noticing and observing each moment as it comes. Allow your breath to return to its natural rhythm, its natural organic flow. Releasing any effort, any control from your breath. So you can feel the breath breathe itself. Tune into the beat of your heart. And soften the areas around your eyes. Maybe concentrating your awareness at that third eye point, Ajna chakra, the space between your eyebrows, the seat of wisdom and deep knowing, that inner intelligence. And after expanding and opening, moving and breathing, so notice what has made its way forward into your awareness. Has anything been shaken to the surface? Is asking for your attention? And as you take a few more breaths, just to be with what is. Feel a sense of expanding, sense of extending from your heart space out through your fingertips. Maybe consider if there was someone or a group of people that you'd like to extend some heart space energy to today. As you visualize them in your mind's eye, visualizing the energy from your strong heart extending to them. Maybe to someone or a group of someones who maybe don't have the strong foundation of a yoga practice, the support of a practice like this, access to a practice like this. Feeling the energy that you cultivated today, moving towards them, dedicating it to them. And then eventually bringing one or both hands to your heart space. I encourage you to take maybe a few extra minutes here just to be and to breathe if you have that space in your day. Otherwise, closing our practice with gratitude for the practice of yoga itself. Gratitude always for our bodies and our breath, for being physically capable and able to move across our mats in the ways that we do. The health and resilience of our bodies, the health of those around us. And then gratitude for this time that we shared and the chance that we have each week to come together. So we'll take one more big breath in, filling up to the top. Again, finding that fullness, just like at the very beginning of practice. And when you're ready, an open mouth exhale to release, let it go. May yoga always provide a path to compassion. Compassion towards ourselves, towards each other, and towards the world around us, within us. May our practices serve as our teachers. We can practice how you want to move through the world here on the space of our yoga mat. So we can move with greater integrity and greater love each and every day. Thanks so much for being here. Namaste.